You missed it just a touch.
But it's still so straight.
As we all know, golf is a game of numbers, right? You have 18 holes, you're trying to shoot a par 72, you have spin rates, you're trying to hit a 2,200 RPM spin rate. Numbers are all over the place. But forgiveness typically hasn't had a number associated with it. 10K is our new number for forgiveness.
What driver are you playing now? That looks different.
The Qi10 Max.
Max, the Max one.
We named our products Qi10 after our quest for 10K inertia. So what 10K inertia means is this big number that we set for ourselves as a metric for forgiveness in a club. That was our quest over the last couple years.
Yeah, I think
Nice
that Max
there.
driver is perfect for you.
We just really challenged the team. They kept coming back saying, hey, how about if I compromise this? And we pushed back and said, nope, keep pushing. And when they came back in and they showed us this head that didn't compromise on anything, that's when we knew we had the breakthrough.
When you're going through drivers every year, you have the tendency to want to stay doing things similar, things that are comfortable. It's just human nature that you want to stay comfortable. And I think the thing that we've done this year that's been really good is gotten uncomfortable. And some of the CG properties and where we're going and how we're seeing it, and that discomfort has allowed us to grow and make a product that maybe we wouldn't have 2 or 3 years ago.
Over the last 20 years, in terms of going to a titanium driver, movable weights in a driver, carbon crowns in a driver, now carbon faces in a driver, these are all giant revolutionary leaps that we take. And so we're learning all of these things about this structure and what we can actually do with this platform.
So a lot of it was through redistributing the mass, understanding how to move weight away from the center of gravity. And a lot of that was accomplished through shape changes, but also by concentrating the mass at the back of the club. At the front of the club, you have metal in the form of titanium. You split those masses apart, you get a very high moment of inertia.
The Qi10 model has combined all of these composite technologies and the titanium technologies, which has really never been done before. That's the breakthrough moment, is how do you give the golfer everything? And that feels like we're there.
We have kind of multiple purposes, but we're trying to validate some designs that we've been working on for a while. For this trip, we have some heads that are close to the final design that we're validating our head speed for those products. We made some changes to the head shape for the whole line of products this year, and we don't want to lose head speed by the gains that we made in other areas, head speed, head size, in inertia. We don't want to compromise anything, so we're here testing to make sure that the head speed is preserved on those designs. It's not worse than it was before. The drag force is a measure of how well the air goes around the head. So a lower drag force means our driver head is allowing the wind to go around it easier, and means it can move faster through the air. We're able to kind of real-time monitor what's going on with the test. We're able to check the force. We're able to check which angle we're testing at currently, the orientation of the head. We're doing the work of gathering the nerdy scientific data, turning it into information that's useful for normal conversation. Head speed, ball speed. That's how golfers think, right? Is head speed, ball speed. So we're translating from engineering data to golfer speak. I like to say, TaylorMade's brand motto, or our brand mission, right, is to be the best performance golf brand in the world. I think if you don't do this, you can't say that, right? If you're not here testing the head speed measuring the heads, measuring the drag force in grams like we do. It's like, I don't think you're allowed to claim that unless you're doing stuff like this.
We brought Qi10 Max up here so that we could get an understanding of what our customers are going to experience in terms of sound for this driver. Hey guys.
How goes it?
It goes.
Ready to rock and roll?
When we come up to sound testing, we work with our player testing group. They bring up sound equipment as well as 2 computers. So first, we always hit a normalization driver so that we can correlate one sound test to another. It allows us to go from one session to the next and compare them accurately. Mark Greeny is our hitter today. He is our standard sound testing hitter. He is extremely consistent in terms of both his swing speed and his impact location on the face. We're looking for a very specific sound, representative of a tailor-made driver. What we make tends to sound bright. It doesn't last very long. It's not dull. The longer the duration, the more the driver's going to sound like a bell. We don't necessarily like that. Bright, short, high frequency, because the lower it gets, the more it tends to get deep, and that's when people start to perceive that as not as good.
The feel and sound is really good. It feels really powerful. Even when I mishit it a few times there, it still went straight. The sound, the frequency is right where it needs to be. So overall, it's a really good sound and feel club.
This exercise is extremely important. One, not only to correlate our simulations to reality, but to get a realistic feel of what these drivers are doing, what they sound like.
So we're constantly looking at the design, the colors and things like that to make the product look fresh and new and modern. We wanted to modernize the face and the score lines. You can see it's a little bit different V, and a lot of work went into that pattern to make it look just right. And then we wanted the crown. We really wanted to highlight the infinity crown and the carbon going all the way to the edge. For the first time in the history of golf that you can do that. You can see a hint of the carbon underneath, but it's not too much in your face. So we're really excited about the way the cosmetics turned out, and we put a lot of thought and effort into getting to where we're at.
When they see it, I hope it speaks to them, and that when they put it down, they look at it and they like how it looks, they like how it feels.
We want our drivers to look, sound, feel like a tailor-made driver. We spend a lot of time making sure that that happens. So when they walk away from, their experience, I want them to remember our product more than any others as the overall best product that they could possibly get.
MOI, moment of inertia. Who can define what that is?
The stability of the face.
100%.
That felt like a shot that I would usually miss it right, and that's like dead straight.
Dead center.
Oh, that's nice. How'd that feel?
Really good. MOI really relates to how forgiving the driver is. And that's what I've found from hitting the driver. When you know that your misses aren't going to go as far offline, it gives you confidence to swing freer at it.